Hello and welcome to my new channel where we take old clothes and make it fashion. I don't know what about you guys, but I've been feeling a little bit off lately. I've been feeling a little bit rough, and I have the feeling it's a global thing. We're in the second lockdown here in Germany, and everyone I talk to is kinda...
I don't know what it is about today, but I feel great.
But we're not. Even my plants are like screaming for attention, casually dropping leaves every day, and I don't know what to do, guys. I feel like... Anyway, I feel like it's a time to wear black and brown. Each autumn is basically time for black and browns, but this one especially, everyone is in such a grieving state. So let's cut that crap out of our lives and bring some positivity in our wardrobe. And let's do something with flowers. Flowers. Flowers.
For spring. Groundbreaking.
But I mean, for autumn it is, I guess. So in case you were wondering, no, we're not a drama channel. I'm doing fashion upcycling videos. So good girl, get a grip and let's start, shall we? So I found these two beautiful shirts in the thrift store, and the combination of colors was really speaking to me. And then I had a bunch of tools on the table. I ended up only using the grommet press and the sewing machine. You can even make this a non-sewing project if you just have maybe an extra fabric color to make the flowers from. It will make sense later. So I decided to create a me party kind of situation. And no, me party does not have anything to do with party. We're in lockdown, remember? Thank you. Me party means left and right have contrasting colors. Nowadays you may call it color blocking, but believe it or not, this was already a thing in medieval times. So to make it easy, I'm just gonna make a straight line on the right side of the blue shirt. So I'm gonna cut the right side off and replace it with the right side of the green shirt. I'm telling you, as soon as I turn on the camera, they're back! The dogs were insisting on helping me, so I decided to let them. But to be honest, they were just standing in the way. I thought we would end up with a really cute length difference between the two sides, but on the front it ended up being almost the same. I didn't want like one awkward centimeter of difference. I just decided to make it fit as long as the shoulder seams are lining up. And the following is footage of me in a vertical shot, trying to be extra fun, quirky, young, cool, crazy. Because now we don't only have TikTok and Reels, but also YouTube Shorts. And the pressure is on to make some short format content. So if you find some crazy short tutorials on my channel, that's the reason why. And yeah, you might as well just
forget about it.
Forget about it. Holy, forget about it.
And this and that is what it's all about, because here we're gonna make our flowers from. Hopefully, I didn't do a test yet. So I'm starting out with cutting circles out of the rest fabric, and I thought I was very clever by finishing the edges with the soldering iron, then realizing that the polyester would basically stick on the soldering iron, that the result was quite a disturbing smell and not really a nice environment to work in. So once I cut the different sizes of circles from the two colors of fabric, I stick them together with some fusible adhesive, you know, the sticky stuff that you activate with your iron. Then I was making a hole and pressing an eyelet already through it, and then, ladies and gentlemen, I was going in with the heat gun, and the struggle is on. I felt like I was fighting a dragon.
The word of a dragon. It's worthless.
And at this point I was contemplating if I'm like genius or just straight up stupid doing it this way. So I was trying out my heat gun kind of thing yesterday, making flowers. I was like, yes, flowers, yes, heat gun, yes. This other hot thing that really smelled and made me like woof, 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 nauseous. And then this morning I woke up, looked at this flower, and I was like, nah, nah, nah. I don't think this flower looks that amazing, and I think maybe we can just make flowers without a heat gun. Time to light a candle. So I'm just doing it the old-fashioned way above a candle now, which is much less smelly. The edges get a little more irregular, but actually I like that for a flower. And if you don't mind your flowers to fray, you can also let it fray, of course. But because my fabric is polyester, I'm scared that after washing it might be this kind of fluffy fraying. That's not nice. That's why I'm finishing all the edges. Barely touching the flame with my fabric, but I can feel the edges are getting hard and a little bit darker. And when you do it this way, I realize I get a really like leafy appearance. It almost looks like this leaf of a water lily. No one have told me that I did not button up my shirt correctly, guys. You letting me walk around like this? Huh? Embarrass myself? Okay. So I'm making the petals by folding the circle in 4, not perfectly, but like a little bit irregular, just how I like it. Then I'm making some little stitches on each single petal, and once I've done that, I'm gonna stitch the petals together, and I'm doing it quite roughly. So I want these stitches to be like, you know, the kind of details and have the threads hanging. So I'm carefully making a little hole so that we get almost like a tropical kind of situation, and while this is the result, I like it much more than the first flower. It's still rough, but also more refined and much more elegant in my opinion. Gotcha. So I'm making these sticky batches again using one layer of fabric, one layer of iron-on interfacing and one layer of fusible adhesive. So I make them with some baking paper and later I can iron them on where I'm gonna place the eyelets and the flowers so that the fabric is reinforced. You really have to do that in a thin fabric like this. Also I iron on the batches on the bottom side of the flower where the eyelet is gonna go through. So once you're sure where to make the holes, like sure, then you can go ahead and cut the holes. And I'm gonna make a marking again for that. The size of the hole is rather important. Seam ripper pin a little hole first before you start ruining your shirt with the scissors. And then go ahead with your sharp scissors. So I made the holes a little bit on the small side. That's why it took a while to press my eyelets through. But better too small than too big, really, because otherwise they'll fall out. So once you pushed your eyelet through, you can take the other side, lay it under the press, make sure everything is super flat, and I use a little nail scissors to press the fabric even more flat. Everything has to really lie well in there before you are bringing down the handle. And when you're sure everything is fine, like sure, you can go ahead and push the handle down, and then that went terribly wrong, twice actually. You're the best, never give up. And only then I realized I did not change the dies. I have 3 sizes for 3 sizes of eyelets. So yeah, you have to think of that as well. So if you enjoyed this video, please let me know with a thumbs up and a comment down below. I love to read them. Subscribe if you didn't do that, because I do upload every week. So voila, that's my me party kind of designer Hawaii shirt, I would almost call it. What do you guys think? I really think it's so quirky and fun. You could totally go to a nice beach party and have some pina colada and chill. Unfortunately, I have to do it with standing in the autumn leaves. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hello. Hello. I'm wearing a sun hat against the rain. I ended up using less flowers than I expected. It was a little bit of a less is more kind of vibe, because the flowers were quite messy. I did add a lot of different eyelets in different sizes throughout the green part of the shirt though. I think these kind of metal details, like more of a graphic kind of shape, really are the perfect finishing touch for something like this. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you in my next one.